Hey guys, it's me again. I know it's been a little while since I've posted a video, so I took the opportunity to do one this time, especially for what I want to talk about. Um, yeah, I've been just busy as hell. As you can see, I have a receiver stereo on this table here with some blown output transistors right there and some driver transistors. So this is a slightly different project for a different customer. This is a realistic STA 2100D AM/FM stereo receiver. So this one needs a little bit of work. This is the mono. This is a dual mono block design, and this thing puts out about 100 watts in each channel. It's a pretty beefy receiver. I mean, this transformer alone is probably a good couple of kilos alone. So yeah, it's a heavy unit. Unfortunately, we got our two what's it called? Our two filters, and then yeah, our mono block over here for the right channel, and that's the other mono block for the left channel. So, but anyways, that's for maybe a different video on. It's a different topic. What I want to talk about is this guy right here. So this is a switch mode power supply for a charger, or it's a charger for a some sort of surfboard or electric skateboard, something like that. So just to show you the specs, so it's of course a Chinese one. So this is some fine quality Chineseum right here. AC/DC charger. The model is this, oh my god, GJS 360-5460-500. So that's obviously very convenient. Go Sin. Anyways, this is some fine Chinese garbage. Where does it say made in China? Yeah, right there. Look at that. Right there. Made in China. Couldn't be more proud than that, right? Well, you certainly be proud when you see what they did inside this thing. So, anyhow, we have a couple labels over here. Mind you, notice you don't have a UL label here. So, it has almost every single one but the UL label. So, that tells you also a lot about something. This is a center positive charger. So, the outer shell of the barrel, because this has a barrel jack on the end. The outer ring is basically, or the outer part is the negative post, and then the inner part is the positive post. And what do we have? We have, it's a 54.6 volt 5 amp power supply. So it is a pretty big one, I will say. But yeah, made in China. So this is some high quality Chineseum right here, especially the name right there. That tells you a lot about the company. Sin. So anyways, it's a 54.6 volt 5 amp charger, as you can see right there. Where the hell's, I think, right there. 54.6 volts, 5 amps. Now, I want to talk about this thing because look what they decided to do inside this thing. This is epoxy over here. Silicone potted epoxy, and it's in the entire power supply. Look at this. It's all this silicone epoxy. Now, mind you, it is soft, but there's no way I can get this circuit board out and fix, let's say, if one of these capacitors gets puffy, and it probably will get puffy soon, because this company is a very high quality one, right? Rich cap. That's what this thing says. Rich cap, right? So more high quality Chineseum components inside this thing. Yeah, and apparently this thing also costs like $300, something new. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now here's the thing. I actually ripped out a bunch of those, or a lot of this epoxy here, because I was testing this cable, because the original problem was there was no output coming out of the cable, but I wanted to see if it was really the circuit, or if it was the cable. Now, mind you, if it was the circuit, I was going to tell my customer, I was going to say, listen, buddy, sorry, but I can't fix it, because I mean, look, I can't even take the board out. It's in the silicone epoxy, and I'm telling you, it's all over the place. There's not one place, like even this, look, all the transistors, they're all mounted to the heatsink. It's all potted in epoxy. All of this is potted in epoxy. So there's no way that I'm going to be able to take this circuit board out and fix, let's say, a blown capacitor or a blown rectifier or something. So it's not happening because to take all this epoxy out and not damage components, it's like, asking for a miracle. So, again, high quality Chineseum garbage. So, this is what people are trying to do now. So, instead of actually being able to take stuff out and, fix very simple problems, let's say, like I said, a capacitor or rectifier, you can't even take the darn thing out anymore because they've almost like glue it to the entire piece or like the housing, right? Because, like, here's the bottom, right? This is the plastic housing, and then the circuit board inside is just glued pretty much to it. Like, seriously, you can't get more ridiculous than this, So it's so stupid, this design. This is what I call stupid design. A stupid design where you can't even take a circuit board out for Pete's sake and repair something so simple. Let's say, for example, if it wasn't the cord and it was like a cap or rectifier, it would take me probably a good couple of minutes to change it out, but at least I would be able to because I can remove the board, desolder it, and whatever. I can't even remove the component, let alone know which one it is because it's under this glue. So the fix, thankfully, though, I was able to help my customer in this case because the issue was just the cord itself. I had to replace the tip. The barrel jack on the the original one went bad, so I checked with my meter and everything. So put a new one on there, center positive, and I believe this will fit the port that he needs to plug it into. So that's my repair for this. And for what I'm charging him, it's nowhere near $300 or whatever for a new one, right? For a new thing, because apparently this thing is $300, and I would never pay $300 for this pile of garbage. No way. Now, if the company does see this for some reason and watches this video, why the hell did you come up with this stupid design? You cannot tell me that this was the only way to do this. This is basically telling me to go fly a kite, seriously, because I've seen other power supplies this size, also this big, and there was no silicone epoxy covering the entire thing. This is just telling me that I'm not allowed to repair this. You're basically telling me I'm not allowed to open it up and tear it apart. And that tells me also something else, just reminded me something. Now, getting into this thing, you're going to have a laugh. So, you thought that this was bad, right? So, the kicker actually is, when I try to open it, now, there's 4 holes here, right? And you can see it goes straight down under whatever. So guess how they had the screws in? So the screw was in here like this. Falls in the hole like that. They had this cap over the hole. I'm not going to press it in because it's a pain in the butt to get it out. They had this thing over it. And on top of it, they had this cap over this piece all pressed together in one. And my customer, when he removed this, actually, because he was trying to open this the first time, he had removed all 4 of these because it's the same on all 4 corners. He had removed this little like top piece, and he's like, "There's no screws. There's no screws," because he only saw this. And obviously, I would say, yeah, I would assume there would be no screws. I mean, because what is it? It's like I thought it was glued shut, So, anyways, I was poking around. I was like, can't be that there's no screws in this thing. It's impossible. So then I poked around and I said, you know what? Let me try to see if I can remove this thing, if this is like a cap or something. And let alone it is. So, again, another very stupid design. And it just aggravates me and pisses me off. Because this is just basically telling me I'm not allowed to open up something that I buy, first of all, let alone whatever I own. I can't even open up my own thing that I rightfully paid for, So I just find it absolutely ridiculous. So they even tried to prevent you to open it because you know why? I think they did that just because they don't want to see the embarrassment. They don't want to they don't want to make people see the embarrassment of what's going on inside this darn thing, Because trust me, I had a good laugh when I saw this thing open for the first time, and I was like, there's no way they put this whole thing in epoxy and close it shut with these stupid caps here with the screw or whatever, And let alone it is. So this company, don't buy from these people. Go juice in. Just don't buy from them. And this thing is not worth $300, no way. Especially for the components they're using inside. I mean, Rich Cap, whoever the hell heard of Rich Cap? This is, again, Chineseum garbage, fine Chinese garbage. So I would never pay $300 for this thing. No way in hell. And but thankfully for the customer, he was lucky that the problem was not actually on the board, and it was with the cable. So like I said, I was able to fix the cable because the cable is not potted in epoxy. You know, the cable's right here. Thankfully, right. If this was potted in epoxy as well, forget about it. I wouldn't have been able to fix it. So again, why? I mean, just why? Why do people do this, and especially why do companies do this? Why can I not fix my stuff like I'm able to do with this? This is Japanese quality. This thing is made in Japan, and this thing is made in China, and you can see the two retrospectives. Something that's serviceable, something that's not serviceable. Something that's serviceable, something that's not serviceable. Garbage, quality, and it says it right there also on the transformer. Quality. This is when people cared about doing their jobs, and they really because they showed it in the work. I mean, seriously, the craftsmanship, especially with this receiver, how they put it together in 76, or I think it was whatever 77 when this thing was made, 1977, 1976. The people cared, and you know, this is just cutting corners and just being cheap, you know, seriously, component wise. And you know, this glue, this is just really nonsense. I'm sorry, this is absolutely ridiculous. If anything is going to have to change, it's going to have to be these stupid ideas and these policies where that you can't even open up a circuit board or a power supply and fix you know, your own stuff, you know. So that's my little rant on this thing. So I'm going to close this thing up. I'm going to get it ready for the customer. He's going to be happy because he'll have his charger again for his little skateboard, electric skateboard, surfboard. And yeah, maybe I might film this thing actually. So this thing again, I'm working on the power amplifier section. So I'm going to close this up for now, and I'm going to leave it at that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my little rant about this Chineseum power supply slash charger, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I would call it a pile of crap, you know. So I would use a much more vulgar word, but you know, because of YouTube and their policies, I won't be using that vulgar word. But anyways, pile of doo-doo, I will say, in lieu of that word. Anyhow, that's going to conclude this video. If you liked this video and you like the content or like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, because I have a lot of more videos down there in my channel. And also, if you want to leave a comment in the bleep bloop section below and express your thoughts, and you tell me what you think about this kind of nonsense. And you probably have seen this kind of crap before with the LG washers and the appliances. I know they do that too also sometimes, LG. So LG, like I say, it stands for life's garbage. Anyways, so I always like coming up with these little cute nicknames. Like, subscribe, stay tuned, and hopefully I see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.